Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today, we have what many of you probably already know was going on for at least the last 8 years for those of you who are here or have been here on the BuzWeaver channel. So thank you very much for your continued support of the channel. And as we see here from the AP, ex-FBI agent who accused agency of political bias is charged with disclosing confidential records. I want all of you guys who are very astute, of course I know, and very shrewd, to pay very close attention to the language, the way this is written. An FBI agent who publicly accused the agency of pro-Trump bias has been arrested and charged with disclosing confidential records after authorities say he included sensitive material about investigations and informants into a draft of his memoirs. Pro-Trump bias. Really? As opposed to anti-Trump agent? An anti-Trump agent? See the language they're using? And it continues. Listen to the language carefully. Johnathan Buma, who claimed in 2023 that the FBI went after President Joe Biden's son Hunter while stifling his own investigation of President Donald Trump's ally Rudy Giuliani, was arrested Monday evening at Kennedy Airport in New York as he was about to board a flight out of the country, authorities said. In the draft of his book, Buma describes himself as the most significant whistleblower in FBI history. This is an anti-Trump agent. He's anti-Trump because we knew that the establishment Uni-party had assets in these agencies. It is no longer a mystery. Now, again, paying attention to the information here because PBS borrowed the same language. An FBI agent who publicly accused the agency of a pro-Trump bias has been arrested, not a anti-Trump agent. If this had been written differently, in other words, if it had been Joe Biden, it would have been anti-Joe Biden, right? Not pro-Joe Biden. It would have been anti-Joe Biden. This should have read an FBI agent who publicly accused the agency or an anti-Trump agent, right? And I looked around everywhere. The only other person covering this story as far as a commentator, at least right now, was this person here, 𝐀𝐻𝐸𝐺𝐸. And he's using some of the same material I am. I looked, 15, 20 minutes to try to find any other information on this. And here we have from ABC News, FBI agent who accused Trump administration of political bias charged with unlawful disclosures. Now, why isn't it written anti-Trump agent? Well, because they work together. They coordinate together. They spent 8 years coordinating together. And, of course, ABC News and George Stephanopoulos, who you see here in this image, were settled out of court with Donald Trump for $16 million because of the 𝐀𝐦𝐚𝐳𝐸𝐿 case, which was yet another lawfare against Trump, of course, to smear and to convince as many people as possible that Trump is a one-dimensional villain. And so they write it off as an FBI agent who accused the Bureau of political bias during President Donald Trump's first administration was arrested on Monday. And, of course, they include the same information. But it's absolutely fascinating how not even Fox News wrote anti-Trump. FBI agent who criticized the Bureau under Trump is charged with disclosing confidential information. Now, I think it's probably the most responsible way of phrasing it and writing it. But if the left isn't afraid to say pro-Trump, why is everyone else afraid to say anti-Trump? Because that's exactly what it is. So when they write, an FBI agent who criticized the Bureau during President Donald Trump's first term was arrested. And so, keeping with very, very generic, basic language that's going on. And we see these other agents. When I looked it up with ChatGPT to kind of help me out with finding some additional material, we have 3 different agents who are whistleblowers. And these individuals, as you see here, Garrett, a former FBI agent who testified before Congress during the FBI, claiming the FBI had been weaponized against conservative Americans. And we knew this for quite some time, right? We had the PTA meeting parents that the FBI was looking into, the Catholic churches during COVID. And then, of course, just the general, when they went down into Mar-a-Lago as well, using what we discovered were highly sensitive information. They were using those little prop things to say classified documents and so forth, and that was just there as a prop. And so it's fascinating to me. And then, of course, you have to take some of these things with a grain of salt here because these aren't official news agencies. But you see, breaking anti-Trump FBI agent arrested as he tries to leave the country. Now, see, this is the way I would have worded it. And probably why the actual media didn't word it this way, because it's very deliberate, right? It's to imply and suggest that this individual was an anti-Trump person, which he is. That's the correct way of saying it for any practical common sense purpose. And you see here the FBI agent known for his attacks on Donald Trump was apprehended, and this is known. A 15-year veteran had printed over 130 classified files from the FBI's internal network intended to illegally leak them. So he's angry about the fact that Donald Trump won, and he's doing this. It's so self-defeating. The left love to bite off their nose to spite their face. And this is yet another coordinated effort. And here he is here. ABC reporting that Johnathan Buma, has been arrested for printing off. And here he is here. His story's always been bizarre. He's a bizarre guy in general. FBI traitor busted. So you can see some of the language of these people who are trying to define him. Some of these are a little bit more polite with the way they're pronouncing it and the way they're outlining it. And you can see some of the additional information here from other agents. But it's quite fascinating to me that this is all coordinated. And we're continuing this, kind of go on a side note here. As Elon Musk is saying here, has there ever been such a level of coordinated violence against a peaceful company? I understand not wanting to buy a product, but this is extreme arson and destruction. And I agree wholeheartedly. As a matter of fact, let me pull up this from the BuzWeaver archive. There's our video that's being recorded. Oh, I must have taken it down. Okay, that's not good. It was from Rich. Let me see. I don't have it as a bookmark either. Oh, well, I wish I would have had that pulled up here. But he was saying, isn't it interesting that during the Bud Light fiasco with Dylan Mulvaney, he was basically saying, where was all of the conservatives and the right out looting stores and causing public property damage and everything because of Bud Light, or going after Budweiser because of Bud Light? No one was doing any of that. They simply stopped buying Bud Light. Right? And so the argument is, if you don't like Tesla, then don't buy a Tesla. Don't key people's cars. I mean, these people bought these cars probably long before Donald Trump was inaugurated, and long before this whole situation with what's going on now with Doge even came out. So these people are working in a coordinated fashion, and we have talked about it here on the BuzWeaver channel for years. And so, of course, all you guys continue to support the channel, and I appreciate it. That's BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. All you guys and the new people now watching on TikTok, but of course everyone here on YouTube. So all you guys that have been loyal subscribers and followers of the channel, you guys know this. You guys are up to date. You guys are very informed. You guys know exactly what's going on. And like I said, I spent more time trying to get more information and additional information about this than other articles sometimes, because normally I have more prep and I have a couple days sometimes to look into a lot of this information and look up other commentators. But as far as commentary now, the only person I see now is this 𝐀𝐦𝐚𝐳𝐨𝐧 guy. I can't play any of the videos because I don't want to take down. He probably wouldn't mind, but I don't want to create an issue with YouTube. I don't know why I almost called it AOL. It's really weird. So here you have it, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have talked about, you have a FBI establishment Uni-party asset, and I may have clipped the video here because of a pop-up that just came up, and so just in case you were wondering why there's a bit of an end clip there. But yeah, I want to thank all you guys across BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey for your guys' continued support, and of course everyone watching on TikTok and everyone here on YouTube for your guys' continued support. I appreciate all that you guys do. Of course, it helps out the channel, hitting likes, hitting comments, and of course below the video you can find various social media links that I belong to include my affiliate links. That would be Amazon as well as Trust Zone VPN. Both of those are fantastic. Helps out the channel. But of course, your likes, your shares, and your comments also help out a great deal. Appearing there on the screen, that's going to be the channel icon for all of you watching on YouTube. You guys can click on that to subscribe, as well as to select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the Friday vlog.